Good morning, Year 6. This is your Monday's English lesson, and today we are magpieing. This week you are going to be writing a setting description about a lighthouse. It is going to be up to you to decide what kind of lighthouse you write about, and I will explain that a little bit more in a second. First of all, we're going to watch a quick video all about lighthouses, and this may give you some vocabulary, some words and phrases to help you in today's magpie lesson. So hopefully the video that we have made gives you a little insight into lighthouses and how you might describe them. My waggle for this week is a short passage all about a lighthouse in a storm. So I have got: the storm had been raging for hours, like a besieging army tormenting an enemy's ramparts. The waves battered on the lighthouse walls. I'd like you to read the rest of my waggle, picking out features you think are really effective. So I mentioned that you would have a choice this week, and you are going to choose which setting you describe. So you can choose a stormy lighthouse, or you can choose a serene lighthouse. It is up to you, depending on which one you think you will be able to describe and write about more effectively. We are going to have a look at a stormy lighthouse and then a serene lighthouse to give you some ideas for your vocabulary word bank today. So hopefully that has given you some ideas and some words that you could use to describe the stormy lighthouse, thinking about those waves crashing up against the side, thinking about the wind and the weather above, and looking at this picture, thinking about the dark sky that comes with that and the foamy sea. Okay, if you are thinking that you might want to write about the serene lighthouse on a beautiful day, this might give you some inspiration. As you watch it, you might want to write down some words and phrases that come into your mind about the serene lighthouse. Hopefully those images have helped you to think about some words and phrases to describe a serene lighthouse. Please feel free to go and research the YouTube videos yourself and keep pausing them if you want to whilst you write down words or phrases in your word bank. So once you have decided, I have given you some phrases on the flip chart to help you and start you off in your word bank. So here are some of my examples. You need to make sure that you are writing at this kind of level. So for the stormy lighthouse, if that's the one you've chosen, we need to make sure that our setting is really dark and atmospheric. So for example, I have written things like a jagged bolt of lightning ripped through the sky. The lighthouse was stark against the sky, newly painted white against ominous clouds of deepest charcoal. So I'm using juxtaposition of the very bright white painted lighthouse and the dark, dull clouds behind and the sea. That's juxtaposition, putting two opposite ideas next to one another in writing. I have also got really ferocious, violent language, like the wind howled, waves thrashed the stone pillar. I chose the word thrashed because it is almost onomatopoeic. So thrashed, it makes the sound that the waves would make hitting those rocks or the lighthouse. See if you can use some onomatopoeic words in your writing today. So if you are writing about the stormy lighthouse, you now need to magpie some of these words and phrases and make some of your own and pop them into your word bank. Remember, if you are aiming for greater depth, you will need to start stretching them into sentences. On the other hand, if you are writing about the serene, peaceful lighthouse on a beautiful day, here are some words and phrases that you might use for this setting description. So, for example, we have got, it was a tall tower of white with a single red band near the top and narrow windows. So I'm describing the shape so that my reader can see this picture in their head even if they can't physically see it, so it comes through my writing. The white salt spray that came crashing right over the sea wall. So here this is a lot more gentle and peaceful. It's just the spray coming over. It's not huge ferocious waves. And we have got more description of the lighthouse here. So at the top was a huge light encased in a white frame. You would also here in your word bank today need to describe the beautiful sky that you can see, the colours, the sky matching the sea, the calm sea, so we haven't got waves here, and maybe a gentle breeze pushing the grass around the lighthouse. We need to make this really gentle and soft imagery. So once we have magpied today, tomorrow we will be forming our draft. So make sure from today you have got a word bank of either a stormy lighthouse or a serene lighthouse, because that is the one you will then write about all of this week and publish on Friday.